Tributes are pouring in for music titan Quincy Jones. Jones passed away overnight at his home in Los Angeles. His 7-decade career included 28 Grammy wins and collaborations with icons like Frank Sinatra, Michael Jackson, and Ray Charles. Quincy Jones was 91 years old. Let's bring in ABC News contributor, SiriusXM radio host Mike Muse for more. Mike, how influential was Quincy Jones to the music industry and pop culture? Because the Grammy wins speak for themselves, but then you look at the list of the people he worked with.
He is one of the most influential individuals in the art world and art realm altogether across genres, from music to film to television to Broadway. He had a way of blending genres from soca to jazz to rock to classical. He was classically trained. He's a graduate of the Berklee College of Music, so he was an incredible musician unto himself. And Diane, he is really known as an arranger and for having vision. He has produced one of the #1 selling albums of all time, which is Thriller by Michael Jackson. But he has also too helped the other incredible legacy of music with bringing together an assortment of stars in We Are the World. Also, too, Diane, the most incredible thing I think many will remember by Quincy Jones is with his production of The Wiz. The way that he was able to break down that scene of the Emerald City, where you had 3 different movements based upon color, where you had green, you had red, and you had gold. And he was able to create 3 different musical movements within that same space that has left a legacy that will be admired to come.
And Mike, how do you think Jones will be remembered in the pantheon of American popular music?
He will be remembered as someone who was able to take something so simplistic as a note or a line or a melody and turn it into an incredible archive of the American Library of Music. No one has an ear like Quincy Jones, and no one has an ear to Diane, to be able to identify talent, just raw talent as a voice, vocal performance, and ability to be a star. But then the other challenging thing with Diane is be able to produce the music around them that really matches who they are as an individual. I couldn't think of a better individual than Michael Jackson to be able, if you look at that Thriller album, how groundbreaking that was. He was able to take someone who was known as being a part of the Jackson 5s, being with his brothers, be able to create an independent star, send him into the stratosphere, Diane, because he had the musical backing. Far too often we see singers of today who have incredible vocal ability but lack the production of the music to match their ability. That is an art form and a science unto itself. He went on also to produce Michael Jackson's Bad album, really helping define that era of who Michael Jackson is. And so that alone is the art form and the science of being able to pair great vocalists with great music, also too great musicians with great pairing, scoring, and soundtracking. That is what Quincy Jones' legacy will be known for, is the art form of who Quincy is.
And Mike, what did Quincy Jones mean to you personally?
Quincy Jones, I had the chance to meet him on occasions during the Grammys weeks, and I remember just talking to him about, as a fellow musician myself, I am no way on the standards of the greats that he's worked with, but I was in my city's all-city jazz band in Lansing, Michigan up until my senior year. But I was always listening to Quincy's music. I remember buying the CD at the time. Remember that, Diane, CDs called Quincy's Juke Joint? And I played that all the time. He was someone who I saw who could take an instrument. And back then, I didn't think musicians really could do much, but he showed me what is possible with an instrument. He showed me what is possible with music, but he also too showed me that you don't have to put yourself into a box of limitations. You can be more than just insert blank here, space, and item. And that's really what he meant for me as a visionary, someone who blended genre, someone who had the presence, and someone who leaned into the nuance. That is who Quincy was. And Diane, he did it with such grace. When you talk to him, you felt like you're the only one in his presence. And in that moment, even during Grammy week, when everyone is vying for his attention, to steal away that amount of time was very precious. And I won't forget that. How to be an incredible artist, but still keep the humanity intact to make everyone feel special and important in that moment.
Very cool. ABC News contributor Mike Muse. Mike, thank you.